you want me to close that door? Actually, I just
I'll
realized
do
I
it.
have a kitty
I'll
on
do
here.
it.
I don't think you're the person that should be volunteering for that. But...
Kitty on the lap. Kitty on the lap.
Okay, keep going.
Kitty on the lap.
Alright, so now I'm still talking. This is my normal voice, but I'm closer. Still got a heart on.
A little louder.
Alright,
Kitty
how
on
about
the lap.
this? I'm not gonna
Kitty
raise
on
my
the
voice.
Hold on a second.
Kitty on the lap.
I'm not
Kitty
gonna
on the lap. Come on, Daryl.
Kitty on the lap.
Kitty on the lap. Kitty on the lap. Kitty on the lap. Everybody now. Kitty on the lap. Kitty on the lap. Kitty on the lap. Kitty on the lap. Yeah!
Yeah, got a kitty on the lap, motherfucker!
No one can see you pointing at me, so I'm just throwing you under the bus.
You fuck.
3, 2, 1. Welcome to Credit Zero.
Welcome to Credit Zero, the podcast by After School Arcade. Anyway, to my left we have.
Drew, are you ready for this?
To my right we have.
Luca, Mr. Man.
Yeah.
With the plane.
And across from me, wearing a mask, we have. Daryl.
Yes.
And I am Tweed. Hi! How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the podcast. It is... What month is it?
It's August.
It's August of 2020. But because we're living in a pandemic, who even cares? One of us is wearing a mask. I think we brought it up earlier. You'll have to go back and check. So yeah, it's August. And I want to say, first of all, we want to dedicate this episode to a very fond friend of the podcast who never heard of it in any way, shape, or form, but we keep mentioning him, and while I was editing the last podcast where we mentioned him, he sadly passed on. Our spirit animal, our persona, Regis Philbin.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
A real one.
Genuinely, I really liked Regis Philbin growing up, and yeah, I just wanted to pay respects and pay dues. If it ever seems like we're making fun of people on this podcast, either they're pieces of shit, or they're like people that we get like amusement from, and it's always sad when like a great entertainer dies.
Yeah, we'll leave that up to your discretion, though. The difference between the piece of shit and one we get entertainment from.
Yeah, I think I said before.
Except for Regis. He's a cool guy.
Yeah,
he's a cool guy.
We'll
Yeah,
make that
we're
unambiguous.
unambiguously clear. And also, when we make fun of Jordan Peterson on this podcast, we're probably making fun of Jordan Peterson.
Oh, dude, what a great entertainer that guy is.
By accident, sure. Yeah, so this episode, I realized how many times we were very, like, mean and, like, inappropriate to one another. So, let's try to... I'm gonna tone this down. I want this to be a podcast that I can show my parents. I said piece of shit once, twice now, on this podcast, but I think they can be okay with the fact that their 24-year-old son swears. So often I'll be like, I'm making a podcast, and they're like, oh, we'd love to hear it. They don't sound like that. They're very enthusiastic and very nice people. But, whenever it comes out, I'm just like, that one references this, that one references that. I'll show you an episode sometime, Mom and Dad, you know?
Yeah.
So this is an episode dedicated to Regis Philbin for the parents.
For the parent. Was Regis Philbin a dad?
I'm sure.
Yeah? How sure?
Not that sure.
You seem very, like, I'm all in.
I'm sure he was he's just like a rich old man.
Yeah?
I'm
Do
sure
all
he's
rich old men have kids?
No.
Some are impotent. That's why they become rich old men.
Yeah, but if they're rich, if they're rich old men, then they can pay for a kid.
Well, I suppose they can adopt, but where's
They can buy one.
They could... What does that mean?
What?
What?
Can you buy human beings? I knew you could in, like, the 1800s.
You have to pay to adopt a kid.
What?
Yes.
That's crazy. Who do you pay?
The government.
The government.
So you have to pay the government whenever you want a kid. But if you
Also,
so
like,
isn't it like economically efficient to make your own kid?
Oh.
Oh, this is just like making your
Well, yeah.
own like soda or something like that. It's like, you could buy it from the store, it costs money, but you could make your own soda. It just applies to kids too.
But don't you like have to buy like equipment to make a soda? You have to buy less equipment to make a kid.
Not less, but if you're buying
Like, you
like
have
your
to make-
spouse, if you're
you-
buying your spouse,
What?
You don't need any.
why is that a
Fire
thing?
spouse. Now we're talking about purchasing human beings.
Yeah, we were before.
Is a spouse cheaper than adoption papers?
No.
I have never bought a spouse. How the fuck would I now?
I don't know. I've never bought a Lamborghini. I know they're expensive.
I've never bought a hot tub, but I want one.
Hot tubs are pretty cool.
If you're listening to this and you want to sponsor the stream, buy me a hot tub.
Specifically, only Paul. None
Yeah.
of the rest of us want a hot tub.
Yeah, I think hot tubs are gross. They're just breeding ground for bacteria.
I've heard that before. I've heard that they're like terrible for like bacteria growth and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Because it's
UTI
hot.
Central.
It's hot.
It's hot.
It's hot.
R.I.P.
We're never gonna get over that. I love how it's like an obscure reference to this one video that guaranteed like very few people have watched. No one watching this podcast was like, they're referencing the classic "It's Not" moment
Yeah.
from Regis Philbin.
You
What the
sure?
heck? Oh, okay. He just put us an SD. Luke just put an SD card on the table, and I was like, "You didn't put it in. We're recording for nothing."
No, you can't. There's no internal memory on this thing.
On this thing.
On this
Oh,
thing.
then I can relate to it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey yo.
So,
Yeah.
before we get into the meat of the podcast, before we get in a little bit deeper,
Yeah, this has only been the prelude, baby.
we should mention the new 5th member of the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
He's a little quiet, but you might hear some yelps occasionally.
Everyone say hi to Danny DeVito.
Hi, guys.
I just want to be pure.
Yeah. Why don't you talk about that with your face full of tea?
So, last podcast, I mentioned that I was going to get a cat by the start of this one.
You also mentioned you were gonna kick it.
I did not mention... I said that you could kick it.
You mentioned that like multiple times.
Honestly, it makes me a better person to know that I can kick it, but I choose not to.
Is that seriously your argument?
Yeah.
I never came into fucking like math class going like, I could have been late, but I decided to show up on time, teacher. Can I get extra credit, please?
I'm not asking for extra credit, I'm just asking for less hate.
But also, like, you mentioned it 3 times. Like, if you came in and said, like, most people who drink and drive don't get caught. Then I'd be like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Why are you talking about this? But anyway, I do have a cat now. His name is Durango. He's very, very small, and he's very, very bitey. So, in the middle of somebody's sentence, you might hear screaming if he chooses to pounce.
It's like if you combined a classic Quentin Tortellini film with a nacho cheese flavored chip.
Can you explain that simile?
Durango, Dorito, and Django.
Not the personality.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying the name.
Violent and spicy.
Cool Ranch. I don't know much about Doritos. When I go to the store and I buy Doritos, you know how there's like 17 flavors? Guaranteed, like 90% of the sales are like the vanilla flavor, like the fucking like nacho cheese flavor.
Yeah.
I can't think of a single person aside from like my friend Jeff who like thinks any other flavor of Dorito is like worth. Yeah, go ahead, Daryl.
Sweet chili heat, baby.
Sweet chili heat.
I like jalapeno cheddar, but I can't eat it anymore because of my ass.
You guys are dead to me.
Sweet chili heat is the only Dorito flavor that is lactose free.
Okay, I'd like to make an apology.
Yeah, there it is.
Moments ago, I said a word that I don't think is appropriate for this podcast. This particular episode is supposed to be family friendly. It's supposed to be accessible. It's supposed to be wholesome and pure.
We already said the F word and the S word. I already have to mark this as explicit. So, like, it's not family friendly. I'm just trying to make it my family friendly. I don't know if you guys have the same goals.
Oh, your family.
I don't swear in front of my family at all. They can already not listen to this.
Really? Wait, have you sworn in this podcast yet?
Yeah.
What?
You're just so used to hearing it.
Yeah, I guess so. Man, we're vulgar.
Yeah.
Fucking right, man.
I saw. Hey, there it is. Now you can't show it to you, ma. I was trying to look for other podcasts the other day. I don't want to mention them by name because that just seems mean. I found a podcast that
Only
just sort of like.
bad.
Well, there was a podcast. It was terrible. There was a podcast that had like a name that implied like, oh man, we're so vulgar and we swear a lot. And then I listened to the podcast and they were just like, you know that one like kid in grade 3 who discovered swear words before everyone else and just made a bunch of jokes with them, and like everyone's like, and the other guy's like, yeah, you can't handle my humor. It's like if you cloned that kid, kept him in a room with a bunch of Tom Clancy movies growing up and nothing else, including No Other Human Contact, and then put them in a podcast together.
I remember when I was first discovering swearing, it was at a scout camp, and everybody was like, catchphrases were a big thing at the moment. And everybody's like, oh, this is what I say, like, all the time.
Fuck you later.
Basically, yeah. Like, anytime you needed a filler word, everybody had their word that they would go to. And I didn't have mine. I said what the heck a lot. So I'm like, I'm going to say what the hell. And people think I'm cool because I'm, like, stepping it up a little bit.
Yeah. I remember the first time I said fucking, like, what... There it is. I just say the word whenever it's like a filler, like I'm trying to think of something. I just be like, fucking, like that sort of thing.
Instead of or like.
Yeah. I'm cool with it replacing like, because I don't want to sound like a valley girl. Is underrated, and I should use it more. Anyway.
Is it underrated?
It's not overrated, that's for damn sure.
That's fair.
The first time that I said what the hell was at like a camp, a summer camp, and like people were being mean to me, because like back then I was fat, outspoken, ugly, short hair, high voice, like all the things that would just be like, if we're gonna make like an off comment about somebody at this like fun like drama camp, it's gonna be that fucking guy, like that sort of thing.
You were just the lightning rod.
Yeah, no, I wasn't like a great kid growing up, but I was like not just like someone who was mean to other people. Now I'm exclusively mean to you three. You're welcome. And I was also the like bully and bullied. Which I think a lot of people don't recognize. Life isn't like one of those Saturday morning cartoons where it's like, there's the school bully! Usually you just get bullied by people who also get bullied or just are regular people. It's why I like Arthur more than any other show, except until it got animated in Flash. It sucks. So yeah, people were being mean to me, so I was like, what the hell? And I actually said it like that. Yeah, because I was about to say heck, and I was in the middle of the word heck. The cosmos reached out to me and was like, hey, what if you said the worst word? That will really carry the message across. And I was like, thanks, Space Jesus. Oh. And then people are like, oh, wow, you said the hell word. Like people...
Did
like,
they say the hell word?
They actually
They just repeated what you said?
Well, they were basically like, oh, whoa, no need to use bad words. Like, they were just, like, trying to, like, keep up their, like, I'm on top of this sort of situation. That's my first time I can recall saying, like, a bad-ish word.
It must have been way later for me.
Yeah.
I don't remember at all in elementary school, in middle school, like swearing. It must have happened at some time. But like,
I like how efficient you were as a kid. You were like, I can't swear. I'll just slam this kid's head into a wall instead.
I was violent, but
proactive.
My language was clean. I do remember the first time I experienced like somebody swearing. And there was one girl in my elementary school. She had Down syndrome, and I remember I hit her.
Oh my god!
That's on the record, baby.
No, I
ship
didn't.
it printed.
Now we can't share it with anybody's parents.
I didn't. I ran into her
With a car?
You weren't even old enough to drive. What were you doing in
my
a car?
Don't swear.
You were just like slamming heads into walls, and you're like, I can't one up this. And you just like got into a car and was like, where's that one girl?
No,
That's a hate crime.
Yeah.
I mean, not when you're a kid, right? That's
Okay, fair.
not how it works.
Alright, so anyway, you hit the Down syndrome kid with your car.
No, it was at the water fountain, and I was waiting to drink water. And then I guess I was like a little impatient or something, and then she just looked at me and she's like, fuck!
Oh my god.
And then she like said it like 2 or 3 more times, just like yelled it in my face. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go now.
I'm not really that thirsty at all, never mind.
Yeah.
That is such a... I don't care what you say, I don't care what the historical records say. Your fucking classmate with Down syndrome was the alpha dog of your fucking school. in like, I'm assuming this is like grade 3-ish?
No, it was earlier, like grade
Oh.
1 maybe.
Oh my
A
god.
grade 1 yelling fuck at someone. Maybe I grew up in a hippy dippy school. I did. It was like 50 kids up to grade 5, so like less than 10 kids per grade, so it was like really small and wholesome. But like, to my child mind, someone yelling fuck at the water fountain when they're in grade 1, the grade 5s would bow down to that person.
Oh yeah, a grade 1 saying fuck like that is like scary. It's like seeing like a dog fight. It's like, holy shit.
Alright, so I think we've ruined the premise of this podcast. So we can't share this with anybody's parents. How early into this episode are we? Like 20 minutes, something like that?
Yeah,
Not
just
very
like
far.
almost exactly, yeah.
Woo!
I definitely saw this coming. I mean, like,
Yeah.
what, in all of the podcasts we've done so far, what made us think that we could clean it up this one time?
I swear a lot, it's true. I was just thinking, like, I swear, my parents don't mind that I swear, so maybe if I, like, tone down the, like, shock humor of all these sorts of things, I don't know. Drew,
The real raunchy stuff.
yeah,
Your
Drew,
second threesome.
baby girl. Oh, well, now I can't. I don't want my parents to even know that I had a threesome.
Okay, we'll bleep this out.
Oh, okay. Hey, editor Paul, listen to me. You ready for this one? Write this down in your thing.
It's just gonna be 10 seconds of Daryl going, fuck!
Yeah.
Fuck!
That's the new sentence.
What if I was just like the ultimate dick and like the new censor sound is just Daryl saying, I hit the Down syndrome girl.
I hit the down. No, I ran into the. No, wait a minute.
And it's simply about like someone's name.
Alright, we're switching gears. Daryl, what's the most violent thing you did in school? Because you keep bringing news
You
stories.
have a history, dude.
I want to reach the climax right now. I don't want to keep finding out like, oh, in grade 7 I killed a man or something like that.
Like
you
a
went
year
to,
in.
You went to like a Mad Max school or something.
Yeah, it was, I mean, I guess maybe because I'm a little bit older, maybe the rules shifted a little bit.
Don't hurt people.
Yeah.
That's not a shift!
Maybe it was just like a lack
That's
of
not a
funding.
shit. Why were you taught in grade 1 that it's okay?
No, maybe it was just like a lack of funding, and then the teachers
Actually,
were like, yeah.
Yeah,
fine,
your
I don't know.
teacher sucked. You slammed a kid's head in the wall. There was the KFC incident, which I'm only
true.
calling the KFC incident now. There was a kid yelling fuck in the water fountains. Like, it just sounds like you went to like a mobster organization that they generously called a school.
Yeah, well, hey, I learned with the bad boys.
Did you?
Yeah.
He learned what
The
family
streets
really
taught me.
means.
It's
You
very.
ratted out those guys with the drugs, the ecstasy.
That's true. That happens so
Yeah,
much later, though.
that's mom.
It is very weird because I'll say that number one, I feel like all of you would be very unlikely to commit a hate crime. But I'm also going to say that, like, out of all of you, I'd feel like I'd be the most surprised if Daryl committed a hate crime, just because of like Daryl's like, I don't know, the way you talk about morals and the way that you like feel about things and the way you feel about people. I'd be the most genuinely shocked if that happened.
Oh, thank you. Oh my god, finally.
And you're welcome. And listening to your upbringing, I feel like that should be the opposite. I feel like you should be that one guy who had like the fucking shaved head, goes like, "Who are you talking shit?" and pulls out a knife like in grade 9, like the problematic kid that like even like the teacher who's hired to deal with the problematic kids goes like, "How do I do my job without him shanking people?"
Yeah, I think it was like very small bits of like not exactly like minor like scraps or like minor like I wouldn't say violent, but like just sort of like getting like roughhousing with other kids in school and stuff. Like when I played soccer a lot in middle school and high school, and so I would like slide tackle people often.
That's a slide tackle.
It's-
You didn't
They're the
even
most
do-
fun.
Yeah.
They're
I
so
don't-
much
I
fun.
didn't-
I barely played soccer when I was. Remember, I was fat. I tried to get out of like sports with my fatness.
That's fair.
You like
If I was a Hunger Games character, you could call me Fatness Everdeen.
you.
Good work.
Shut up! What's a slide tackle?
It's like like sliding into like first base or whatever, where you like.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, like it, no,
That
I
happened
mean,
in grade 9, though.
Actually, in baseball,
Family friendly, Paul. Family friendly.
I gave that up. I just talked about how I gave that up.
Yeah, but you do that, but you do it to like someone's leg.
What the fuck? Are your parents gonna be like, holy shit, he kissed someone in 9th grade? Drew?
Yeah, you slide tackle people.
So it's just basically like it's kind of like those moves in those fighting games where you hit like down on the D-pad and punch, where they're just like huh, and with
Yeah,
their
it's
legs.
like exactly like
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You
You're
slide under them and they.
You're
tip over.
supposed to aim for the ball, though. You're not supposed to like hit their.
I'll aim
foot.
for both.
Both
Why is your
balls.
leg so elevated?
Right now I've got a condition. It's full of helium. Here, let me pop it for you. There we go. I love how like everyone listening has like, for the record, you heard like the sound effects and you're like, oh, that's cheesy. For us, we sat in silence for 5 seconds.
Oh.
It's just Drew's voice.
He's slowly turning into Regis Philbin.
Bruce
am
Springsteen.
I the only one here who hasn't like done the helium voice? Has everybody else done that?
I've done it.
I gotta imagine I've done it at least once in my life. I
Every
can't remember,
weekend.
but
I know I've seen you do it.
Yeah.
helium is like a very valuable resource, so I feel like almost irresponsible doing it after learning about that fact now.
Valuable. It's everywhere.
It's
isn't
not. No, we're running out of it very quickly.
it? In the air.
In the world, because it's lighter than air, it goes to the atmosphere, and something happens. I don't know what happens, but we basically don't have access to it anymore.
Oh.
So when when a
crazy.
balloon goes up, that's helium that we're never getting back.
What? But it pops.
Yeah, it
But
pops
it's
in like
lighter
the
than air, so
troposphere, and then and it's lighter than air, so the helium keeps going up.
Oh, and
It's not like the helium becomes heavier as soon as the balloon pops.
Well, I don't know.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
It's not helium anymore.
Then it becomes iron.
That's,
Dumbass.
That would be an amazing epidemic.
The fuck would iron look like as a gas?
It would be hella hot.
It's like
Yeah, Bill Nye the Science Guy. Thank you.
It's like in X-Men with the guy's iron in his blood and he like takes it out of the body.
But that's
Remember
liquidy,
wait,
though.
wait. Let's do this.
Looks like
that?
mercury.
It's a vapor.
Yo, everybody, welcome to Drew Nye the Science Guy. Give us a science fact. Drew.
At the bottom of the ocean, there is a lot of sand.
Drew Nye the Science Guy.
Science rules.
Wow, you really educated some kids.
Yeah.
They're gonna grow up to be like the
Fine,
Daryl
fuck you.
School people.
There's 3 types of rock: igneous, metamorphic, and sedimentary.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I didn't.
Forget or no?
Forget about that. That was nailed into me for
Don't
some strange
you-
reason in like, forget about, in like grade 5. I don't know why.
So they thought it was really important.
Yeah, I guess so. They also tried, like, to their credit, they taught a really cool amount of things in grade 5. I learned, like, Middle Eastern history, except
Whoa.
I didn't pay attention in class, so I thought that the Islams and the Muslims were at war with each other.
Whoa.
The Islams?
The Islams and the Muslims. Now, I'm saying that I was wrong.
This isn't what he still believes.
yeah.
Some
I'm assuming
portions of the internet still believe.
I'm assuming they were talking about the Shiite and the Sunni.
Yeah.
Just the wrong language.
Yeah. So I was just like, wow, the Islams. And then, like, they were talking about, like, the Muslims of Islam. And I was like, oh, they made peace! Hooray!
Conflict
that's
is
cool.
solved.
That's cool that they taught Middle Eastern history in like a public school, though.
Yeah, it's a shame that I didn't learn from it. If anything, I had to unlearn more. And I'm sure that wasn't my teacher's fault. He's a cool guy. You good?
Yeah,
I'm not even sure if the sippy sound effect came on through. All right, here we go. Daryl, give us some of the cliques that you had in your hell school.
Yeah, I want to learn
please.
about the school.
So high school was a different bag. My high school was actually
Nah, I'm not talking about high school where everything was hunky-dory and you learned not to slam people's heads into walls. Because as far as I can tell, in high school you mellowed out. I'm talking the down, dirty, mafia, Godfather, 5 families fucking middle school that you went to. Or primary school that you went to.
I don't know cliques. This is hard. So
I'm assuming the fuck girl had her own following.
Cult following, maybe?
No.
The Pussy Warriors.
I don't know.
They yell pussy. They're not up to fuck yet.
Fuck girl and the Pussy Warriors.
Band name.
It's like wolves. Like if
It's
they
like
say
wolves. Yeah.
No, I mean, like, if they say fuck, they die.
Wolves don't say well,
No,
I guess they would die there. Yeah, that makes sense.
The alpha and the wolves are the only ones that are allowed to have their tails up, and if another one has a tail up, it's considered a challenge, and the other wolves like rip them apart.
You know that the alpha wolf is a myth, right?
Yeah, I know.
Then why'd you say it like that?
Because I wanted to lie. I heard that from a wolf trainer though.
Luke guy, the
fuck?
pseudoscience guy.
Yeah.
And then they die.
Yeah, I was
Wolves came in and mauled them.
I was standing in line. I was standing in line for water.
Clicks in your school, go.
So it mostly had to do with sports. So it was like, there were the basketball kids, and they all wore jerseys. There were the soccer kids that was more like a European, like kind of, I don't know, they were like stuck up. There was also like a big division. In middle school as well as high school, I went to French immersion. I wasn't part of the French part, but there was like, clearly there were the French fries and there were the English muffins.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that happened in my school.
Do you have any pizza bagels in your, Probably not, I'm gonna guess.
That sounds a little more racist.
Is it?
We talked about this before.
It's a term they gave themselves. It's
Yeah.
it's the term that the Italian and Jewish community, like the more Italian Jewish communities of New Jersey, called themselves.
Okay.
Because like New Jersey was mostly Italians, but like even the Jewish community had like some Italian integration, so they playfully called themselves pizza bagels.
Alright, good for them.
I was asking if you had any like cool like names for like certain types of cliques, because as far as I can tell, you've got the snooty soccer players,
Yeah.
and then the rest.
Also, you shoehorned in European.
No, I like
Well,
that.
yeah,
I
that-
like that. I like that.
Okay.
No, that I like. That stays. That stays in the recording. Okay.
Okay, so you had the snooty European soccer players. Who else in cliques?
No
Pizza bagels to speak of. I
No.
imagine they would have been basketball players.
Pizza bagels?
Yeah.
Why basketball?
I don't know. I feel like they'd enjoy it because, like, in what?
No,
what?
no, go.
No, please
No,
educate me.
No, I'm just thinking like I don't think of basketball as a stereotypically Italian or Jewish thing.
What's a stereotypically Jewish sport?
Not a lot.
Oh, now who's racist?
Speaking stereotypically,
Yeah. There's got to be like a couple of sports that like
chess,
Jews pioneered. Is just
violin.
That's not a sport.
Violin's not a sport. Did Jews like invent violins?
No, it's a stereotype that like the Jewish diaspora in the United States is not really into sports, but they excel at other things.
Like violin and chess?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was particularly like Russian Jewish people.
Self-loathing.
Okay. Speak.
That's a sport.
This sounds racist. Fuck you. I brought up like a term that people gave themselves proudly, and you're like, Jews hate themselves, and we all concluded that I was the offensive one. Fuck you, Daryl.
I just wanted to end that. I just wanted to end it with the worst thing.
And see.
Yes.
All right, so we got the snooty soccer players.
So this is gonna get racial now. So, my middle school was divided up as such.
Oh no.
So there was like it wasn't like segregated, but
I'd
it's
hope
like
so. We're not in the
The
60s.
students sort of did that themselves. Like they would.
So it's a bottom-up apartheid. I get it.
If students do it themselves, I mean, they do that in any situation, regardless of those sorts of things.
Yeah. So we didn't really have like a arts program or art school, so that didn't really exist for me. But there was, so most of the sports was like African American or Somalian. Then like I guess also in the basketball clique, but in a different basketball clique, there was more like Latino.
But what were their personalities like?
Yeah, what were they as people?
I can picture their skin color, thank you.
Yeah,
But,
we
like-
all know ethnicities.
So I guess like
I want to picture the Somalis were defensive of their like their pride,
Their heritage.
but the Latinos were like all out offensive. They're like, no, we're the best basketball players here. Fuck you.
Yeah, did
And
your
the-
school have two teams? I'm confused on that one.
no, it was one team, but like in recess, like
They just didn't get along.
they would play separately. Yeah, I guess like those like black Somalian group was very laid back. They're very like they played a sport hard, but they didn't really care who would join or whatever else.
Were you in that group? Because that sounds like you, personality-wise.
I don't play basketball, so no.
Okay. I'm gonna find out what group you're in. I swear to God. I'm gonna think there's like a troublemaker group at the end. It's like, we slam kids' heads into walls.
So the Latino group was a little bit more. It was more of an in-group. You couldn't be a part of their basketball game if you weren't friends with them or if you didn't know somebody. So that was that.
I'm starting to get the family mobster vibe from the school again.
Yeah. And then there was like the soccer players, European again, but also like I guess East Asian.
Well, back to this.
but
how few cliques did you have at your school that you're just like? There's the European soccer players. There were 2 types of basketball players. Did I mention the European soccer players?
Yeah, but they were also played with like the East Asians, so the Korean and whatever.
Okay.
A few Japanese people we had. But that's about it. I don't know what the girls did because I was a boy and I was like, girls cooties. I don't pay attention to that.
Very rational young man.
Yeah, but there were several clubs that I was a part of. I think grade 7 was a turning point. I was very active until about grade 7. Then I was like, you know what?
I got fat.
I'm getting
Let's try
bullied.
something new.
I'm getting bullied a lot. I don't like this. I don't play basketball. I'm not very good at sports. I'll just be inside for recess a lot. And so I joined the calligraphy club. I joined the chess club.
Don't take this the wrong way, but to avoid getting bullied, you joined a calligraphy club and a chess club.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't take it the wrong way. That's the right way to take it.
Don't take it the wrong way, but you deserved it.
Not that you deserved it. Nobody deserves it, but
If
you
somebody
certainly didn't
did,
hide from it.
It'd be you.
Yeah.
and the rest of your calligraphy buddies, were the calligraphy guys like all nefarious? Like they had their own past of like slamming kids' heads into walls. It's like Ratatouille.
No, I was the only boy though.
No.
Wait, were you in the...
Oh, so you went in to get like some grade 7 pussy.
No, it's still cootie time.
Oh,
It's
okay.
still
What?
cooties.
So, like, were you just like, there's cooties, but it's indoors, so it's worth it?
Yeah.
Huh. All right.
Huh.
I just stayed inside in grade 7. I same as you. I got bullied a lot in grade 7, mainly because, like, frankly, I was a sensitive kid growing up, and so, like, I was very much a hypocrite where I was like, I could dish it out, but I couldn't take it. Not much has changed, as you may notice. The kids in my own group were just like, we'd rib each other, and occasionally one person would go too far, and I think there was like a cycle of like, Nathan got offended, I'd get offended, Kevin would get offended. Like every like week, somebody would take it too far on one person, and they'd like lose it. And yeah, after I lost it, I just was like, I don't want to fucking talk to these guys anymore. So I just like tried making friends anywhere in the schoolyard, and you can imagine how well that went for like an awkward, nerdy, fat kid in what the school called the gifted program. So everyone assumed, oh, they think they're better than others. And as well, in the curriculum, you're sort of like conditioned to at least like somewhat think that you are. And I don't really like that.
Yeah.
So, well, I don't like that now, but at the time, there was no way I could have known that. So I was like, everybody hates me. So I just stayed inside in the library during that period. And at first the school was like, oh, we're going to force you to go outside. And then my own fucking mother intervened and was just like, no, just if he doesn't want to be outside, just let him stay in the library. I'll sign off on that. And then the school was like, oh, I can't do anything now. Fuck. I didn't need to join no calligraphy club. I still found my own share of cooties because there was someone from the local high school who, yeah.
Someone from the local high school came down to hang out with you?
Yeah. There was, they were doing some sort of like co-op placement-esque type thing in high school where it's just like, I know, it's shocking.
Whoa.
Oh, dear.
Are you okay?
No.
So yeah, I didn't... Daryl, it's just high school.
It seems wrong. I don't know. There's something about this that doesn't morally jive with me.
I think it was just sort of like hang out with the kids and do like community service. I think it's also because like you needed to get like 20 hours of community service. And,
Only 20?
you needed 20 to get out of the high school. You need 40 to get like the recognition.
Oh, we needed 40 to graduate.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we needed 40.
Maybe it was we needed 40 to graduate. You got like your award if you got like 80 or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe just like how your high school had inflated grades, they also had inflated,
Every hour counted for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun fact, the high school I went to, the University of Waterloo has them on a specific list where it's like, if they graduated from this high school, pretend their grade is lower by 10 whole points, because apparently our high school gave away grades like they were candy. Anyway, yeah, so someone was there, and they were the head of the anime club. Now, what's weird is that you look at me and you're like, oh, he's like jokingly anti-anime, but still anti-anime, you know?
Sure.
I think that's because I was ashamed of who I was in grades 7 and 8, because, like, I can't prove it, I think I had a crush on her, and I was just like, she's into anime, I'm into anime.
Yeah.
Luckily that didn't persist, especially with my last partner, otherwise I may as well be in a hole of blankets in anime at this point.
Get a body pillow?
Yeah, exactly. If I get a body pillow, let me, hold on. Pick a number between 1 and 3.
2.
Oh, it's gonna be you, baby. You're the body pillow.
No!
If I get a body pillow, it'll be of Drew. And I'll also open up a merch store, Credit Zero, get your own Drew body pillow.
Oh, excellent. So everyone can fuck you.
If you press his like
fuck a body pillow. Come on.
You can.
That's lewd.
that is yeah. If you press his
above this.
if you press his left elbow, it'll have like a sound thing of like us three going Drew. Anyway, so yeah.
Never mind. Is this right
Yeah,
one?
the other. Yeah, exactly.
That'd be so scary. You're like asleep and you just roll over and you wake up to Drew.
It would be scary for you.
I'm not sleeping with my own body pillow.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Whoa,
Can we put that on the ad material?
Yeah. Can we also put
Just
that
a picture
in like,
of me.
Can we put that in like a case study for like a psychological test?
Yo, who would want to sponsor? Would we accept a sponsor on this show?
Who would it be?
I don't know. Just like there's a feature on the host that we have where we could just be like, hey, we have this many viewers. Does anybody want to sponsor us? And we just give them a shout out in the episode.
The thing is, I feel like if we had a sponsor, we wouldn't be able to help but like poke a little bit of fun at them. They'd have to be a little bit okay with that.
Yeah. But I most of my stuff, I'm like, I don't want to gate stuff behind a paywall, and I don't want to sell out. But at the same time, it'd be nice to actually continue to do this stuff. And obviously, this podcast, small time endeavor, we don't make money off of it. I'd be okay with having like a thanks, Home Hardware.
Yeah.
You know,
It'd be really funny to have like a really like weird sponsor.
it would have to. It would have to be a weird sponsor to like be okay with the stuff we talk about.
We should like go to like the industrial park and find like a shipping company or something.
Just like, hey, give us $100.
Something like weird and boring.
Yeah.
Is that my phone?
We are fucking recording, Drew.
Yo, what's up?
Did you just pick it? No, it hung up.
You don't have to ruin the immersion. Anyway,
Strike it from the record. It never happened.
it's at 41%. The cord is gone there.
It almost got to
This
42.
podcast is off the rails. Anyway, no.
You're off the rails.
It'd be funny if we got like a shipping company or like
How did we get?
They'd
this
have to be
conversation?
something from them, like that they would want out of us.
I don't.
Yeah, we're
direction
gonna-
I wanted to go. No, keep talking.
We're gonna advertise to
Daryl,
improv
how you
people
doing?
about like your
Alright,
shipping
yeah,
company
sure.
that exists, and
good.
people are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I have a bunch of freight that I need to move."
Yeah.
Yeah. Who
Alright.
knows?
Utilize their services. Not even like a fun, like funky, like modern
I remember.
stamps.com. Like it, like some like boring ass shipping.
Like
company.
Purelator.
Yeah, not even pure. I mean, I'm talking like industrial shipping.
Okay, so no like household shipping.
like the Costco, not with the T, but without the T. Like international shipping of like cars
Cisco?
and TVs. It's not Cisco.
Costco sells tea.
Well, yes.
The green tea I was drinking is from Costco.
What? That's amazing.
It's Kirkland brand. It's that shade.
Anyway,
Anyway,
so
what were you saying?
yeah. Anyway, so there was that anime woman. She was in grade 11, and it's like, ooh, an older girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're in grade 8, and also like.
It's the babysitter
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
And also, it's kind of cool to. It's
Yeah.
kind of
What do you
cool.
mean?
I was thinking that.
It's kind of cool. I never had a crush on a babysitter.
I never
or,
had a
like-
babysitter.
Okay.
Well, I did have a babysitter, but she was like middle-aged and married, so
So
I never had a
off-limits.
hot babysitter.
Well, easy now. Middle-aged people can be hot too.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, but
Regis Philbin.
he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
He wasn't middle-aged.
No, but he
But
was hot.
in his prime.
And,
in his
he was-
middle-aged
At
prime,
a certain point, he was middle aged.
and he was hot. He was hot?
R.I.P. to a real one.
Anyway, pour one out on Drew's floor. Anyway, so, yeah, there was the old... Okay, I'm stopping. I'm stopping!
You're gonna make me pee.
Sounds like sand.
Why are you pouring sand on the floor?
I thought legitimately you were just shushing me in the middle of a fucking story. And I was like,
What was he doing with his hand? Going for a fist bump?
Well, I was looking over there, and I heard shh, and I was like, okay, cool. Guess Daryl wants to talk.
No, you're still like, shut the fuck up for a second. I need to do something cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I had a crush. It's one of those like you're grade 8, you don't even know what a fucking crush is, you know?
You just have butterflies.
Yeah, well, not even butterflies. It was just like this could, and like I was
See,
a
in grade
loser.
8, I didn't know what a crush was, but I knew what a smash was. Right against the wall.
Oh, love it, Smash Brothers.
You could be partnered with the fuck girl and the pussy poppers.
What?
What the fuck?
Girl and the Pussy Pop.
That is their new name.
What?
You meant the Pussy Warriors when you said
There you
earlier.
go.
Oh,
I said the
okay.
pussy poppers. Were you a part of this gang?
That's even weirder. Like in grade 1, the fuck girl is yelling fuck, but the Pussy Poppers are doing something you should not do in grade 1.
No, they're popping the pussy word.
That's not when you pop that pussy.
What?
It means something different. Learn,
I know now.
learn
but
urban
it's coming out
lingo.
of my face. That's what I thought it
Don't
was.
say that about grade ones.
I didn't
You
mean-
fucking
I
maniac!
didn't mean to.
Show this to your parents, I dare you!
Also, pussy poppers like rolls off the tongue better.
It's nice.
I think it's because I once said, what's popping in that pussy to start the podcast.
Yeah, it's probably in my brain.
Yeah.
Anyway, this weeb.
Yeah, she was like a weeb, so she was, she also sympathized with, like, me feeling like I was a loser at my school, and she was like, oh yeah, I feel like a loser at my school too, and I was like, oh, does that mean there's a chance? Because I was in grade 8, and I had terrible conclusions, and, yeah, sure enough, go figure, fucking nothing. No, of course not. She never ever saw me that way. I think that was probably like my first like real life crush, and it went nowhere. I probably had crushes beforehand, but I just don't remember them. And
That was the first big one.
Yeah. And I just spent time in the library just like drawing anime with her, and also like learning to 3D model on my computer. It's a lost art to me now. But for some strange reason, when I was in grade 8, I learned the weirdest things that you would never learn until fucking university, and I got good at them. I still have it on my old computer. It's on my Facebook, too. I put, like, pictures of it there. I modeled Pokeballs, like, different Pokeballs, and even put, like, a sheen texture on them, and they look not bad!
Yeah.
And, I lost the ability of how to do that, and I had to relearn it in university, and it was weirdly harder. Than when I was in grade
Was it a
8.
different program?
I think it's also because it was, like, do this thing by this time.
Oh.
Instead of like, haha, I made shape. Oh, what if I made this shape? Oh, what if I made this shape? Oh, I made a Pokeball.
And you had like 5 other classes going on as well.
Yeah.
And your brain is less elastic.
And in grade 8, I didn't care about my actual classes. I probably had like my grades were like whales in the ocean. They barely went above sea level.
When
Is that really the silence that deserved?
when do they go above sea level other than breaching?
That's what I'm saying. They rarely went above sea level.
That's not far above sea level.
So we're talking B minus. C. Never quite a full B.
No, it was usually D's. They rarely went above sea level.
But they get to sea level.
Holy shit. Anyway, that was my relatable story with the... Okay, so there's the European snooty soccer
We're
players.
going back to this, alright.
There's the calligraphy club of all girls.
Yeah.
There's the pussy warriors.
With the fuck girl.
With the
at
fuck
the
girl.
top.
Yep. And then there were the secluded Asians.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Well,
Yeah, but then there was the Somali black and Latino basketball teams respectively.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright. Pick one, Drew.
Of the groups?
Yeah. Oh, wait, I called dibs on the snooty soccer players.
I'll be the fuck girl in the
And the
Pussy Warriors.
Oh,
You left me with the racially ambiguous.
Yeah, there's a reason
the
for that.
racially ambiguous ones.
You don't have to do an accent. You just have
Okay.
to imagine what their personalities are like.
Based on the only information I have is their race.
You have the secluded Asians. You have like an infighting basketball team.
Okay.
You have a lot of character dynamics
I will
here.
be the exclusive Latino basketball.
You also could have picked the calligraphy girls club.
Ah, yeah, I could
Or the
have.
chess club.
Or the chess club. All right, what do you pick?
Can I pick a different?
No.
I'll pick the other basketball team.
Ooh, there's
Ooh,
gonna be
the
some
two
competition.
infighters, the pussy poppers, played by
No, Pussy Warriors!
and the fucking
make my own definition.
and the snooty European soccer players. All right, scenario, right? The school model UN.
Oh no.
It doesn't represent countries; it represents cliques, because this school is on the up and up, and they know. All right. We're gonna need someone to also like play like the principal's moderator.
Yeah.
Who volunteers?
I'll do that.
Okay, cool.
Sterile school.
Yeah.
It's Daryl's school. That's a very good point.
School. It's
All
their
right.
story too.
So I'm thinking, whenever you play the principal, mask off.
Okay, sure.
That way, people can hear you. Anyway, all right. So
Can people not hear me with this
You
on?
were not being very loud, and you were closer.
All right,
And you
well,
put
I'm,
the
I'm
mask
gonna
on.
I'm gonna be further away for the
Man.
principal.
Are you
All right,
gonna
cool.
project?
yeah,
Yeah.
yell as the principal.
Yeah, good evening, students. Hello.
Millionaire. Yeah, as played by Regis Philbin, please.
R.I.P.
All right. So
One last good run for him.
the Model UN is beginning. All of the students are filing into the school. Principal clears his throat. The scene begins.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Please have your seats. We're gonna do something very special today. We're all gonna get in our groups. We're all gonna get put on our hats, and we're all gonna have a model UN. That's right. We're all
Fuck! Principal Philbin, I don't want to put on these hats. These are so tacky.
Well, this is just an exercise, okay? All right, we're not going to be taking any more questions until we get started, okay? Get into your groups, talk about who's going to be your leader. Get some information. Go.
Oh, we know our leader.
No, we have to provide a leader from the school.
Pussy, 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 pussy.
Don't call me that.
Yo, it's so boring inside. I want to go outside. I want to go outside.
I thought you were the calligraphy club.
No, he was the other basketball team.
I was the other basketball. I was like, yo, bitches, let's go outside. I was like, I really misinterpreted your calligraphy team.
Let's write some poems, bitches.
All right.
How confident you were, I started to rethink, like, do I not know what calligraphy is?
All right, unpause. I'm sorry.
We only draw inside. Yeah. I'm done with this. I'm done with this already. I want to go outside. I'm angry. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty.
Hey, assholes. You guys want to play us out there?
Yo, you play yourself.
That sounds like a challenge. I vote on the cute ones.
Hey, don't get involved with this.
Oh, okay.
We're cliquish.
No, that was very good yes anding. Hey, let's raise the stakes. Shut up!
Also, yeah, go.
Okay, everybody. Now, if you have your leaders, please raise your hands and say a little bit about yourself and your groups. Going now.
Starting with the Pussy Warriors.
Hey, so, I'm fuck girl and these are my pussy warriors. Pussy, pussy, pussy.
Okay, now for this exercise, you can't be a bad word.
Hey, principal. Fuck you.
Okay, that's it. Your team is disqualified. Get out.
Pussy, pussy, pussy.
When suddenly, out of nowhere, comes Daryl Dean. He grabs the back of Fuck Girl's head, slams it into a wall, and becomes the new leader. And now Daryl Dean, as played by Drew, is the new leader of the Pussy Warriors.
I guess we're, I'm showing my dominance, and, I'm gonna lead you guys. Pussy? Yeah, pussy.
My name is Niko Pinhasevich, and I am the leader of the soccer players. I will be taking no questions at this time. We just want to be left to our own devices. If we could get some funding for this, that would be nice. Maybe file it through some of my dad's bank accounts. Daryl's nodding in approval at me right now. I seem to have hit it right on the money.
Hey, my name's Juan.
Inside Luke's head, how do I meet the Mexican quota without an accent? I've got it.
My name's Juan. This is my buddy Carlos. And us and the rest of the gang want some more basketball so we can play horse by ourselves.
My name is Trinity. I just go by Trin, if you want. So I'm just looking for some proper representation. I think right now we're pretty underrepresented until we get outside. Then nobody messes with us. I don't like that. I don't want people to mess with us all the time. We're dangerous.
Principal Philbin.
Yes, you, the fruity guy.
Trinity hit me. And I think you called me a fag.
No, I didn't. This is the 90s, okay? I called you a fruit. That's totally acceptable.
Regis, Philbin.
What kind of principle is this?
This is so stupid.
Okay, pause. No, real story about my principal and notes. So I had a group of three friends, and one friend would like chase me down the hall a lot with his pencil gaze, and it was like a joke thing, right? It was just like, oh yeah,
I was picturing pencil, but not pencil case.
I'll get you, just like a little cloth case. And the principal came up and he's like, "You want me to do that to you?" He like grabbed the pencil case and he started shaking it in my friend's like face. "You want me to do that to you?" And then like he hit him in the shoulder and then gave him the pencil case. "Get out of here!"
No wonder you had such a tough upbringing. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wow.
This
School of hard knocks, am I right?
This is Gotti himself.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry.
John. Gotti.
No, yeah, please, let's continue with this scenario. Trinity hit me. He totally did it, and you should totally suspend him and get rid of his clubs.
Okay. Well,
No, he doesn't want him.
We're trying to get Kitty to... Oh, he hit the microphone. Aww.
Wait, we need to clean.
Yay!
Good boy.
Adorable.
Cute.
Anyway,
Alright.
all right. So I guess we have some dispute here. So before we get started, we need to resolve everything so everybody's happy, okay? What is it? Trinity, Trin, do you mind taking the floor? Just sort of, what's
Give
on
me an
your chest?
apology. He hit me.
Is that correct, Trin? Is that what happened?
Yeah, that's right. That is what happened.
Oh.
I did hit him.
Okay.
And let me say it. I'll do it again, and I'll do it again until he gets the message. Don't look at me, you weirdo.
Yeah, I was under the impression that violence was fine at this school. So,
yeah.
Luke's so into this. Just the fact, like, yeah, my name's Juan, and like, yeah. Holy shit.
Juan speaking.
I'm Juan, and I'm Carlos. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that we came to this school for your violence policy, and if that's going to change, then we're going to take our money elsewhere.
yeah, don't be a pussy.
Pussy. Principal
Okay.
Philbin, you know that my father is the biggest financier of this school. Do you really want to go against my wishes?
No. You raise a very good point, Nico. Nico? Nico.
Nico Pinhasovich.
Yes, yeah, that's
I
right.
come from every country of Europe.
Wow, okay.
I am a citizen of Europe.
All right.
Even the shitty ones. Like Hungary!
Okay, I think we have our winner of.
Hungary lost freedom of the press this year! Wait, you were growing up, it was like the 90s, right? Yeah!
Very good. Very good. You're up to date on current issues. You seem to be the only one taking this seriously. I would have to say the whole area of Europe is the winner of this UN mock meeting. Thank you very much.
Hey.
Much like everything else in the 90s political related, the white people win.
Hey.
What?
Us Latinos have a real issue with that.
You're like Cake Boss.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, I'm Italiano. Let me show you how.
Oh, man.
Anyway, go on with your very convincing performance.
Yeah. Nico, I also wanted to say that I have solidarity with you because the principal called me a twink.
You are a twink.
Hey, fuck you guys.
Hey, we get to say that we're apparently fruits.
Hold on. No bad language, okay?
What?
I heard you do a swear. You can't. I also heard you earlier.
That's their whole identity.
Yeah,
Literally
pussy.
the entire scene. You should shut down Daryl. You should kill Daryl Dean.
Yeah.
I can't. I would lose my job.
Come on.
I
Kill
would lose
Daryl
my
Dean.
job.
Kill Daryl Dean. Trinity. Kill Daryl Dean. Kill Daryl Dean.
Carlos, kill Daryl Dean.
Kill Daryl Dean.
All right, I
Kill
guess.
Daryl Dean.
Okay, all right. The tribe has spoken. Daryl, come over here.
Wait, I have a calligraphy pen I'll stab you with. You stay back.
Yeah, and he's got support of all of us, the calligraphy girls. Yeah!
Yeah, I know how to strategize because I play chess.
But don't try to do it outside of the school, because if you try to kill him outside of the school, we can't go out there.
No.
We do it only indoors.
Indoors.
Did you hear what Becky did the other day?
What'd she do?
Oh my god,
Bitch.
she's such a bitch!
Anyway, back to the principal.
All right. Did you just threaten your principal?
I mean, in self-defense, yeah.
I didn't do anything to you. That's not self-defense.
You called us a twink.
You called me a
I
fruit.
called you a fruit. I don't know about you, but I don't like you.
You called me a twink yesterday. This is Juan on the call.
Oh, that's right, Juan. Well,
It takes Vaughn to know one.
Thanks, Nico. That's my culture. My culture's not a costume.
Yeah, pussy.
You know what my culture is? An
All of
entire fucking continent. Eat my ass, you twink.
Is that an invitation? Because I'm down for that.
Thanks, Trinity.
I think all this fighting and all this swearing has got me kind of like thinking, why don't we all just eat ass,
This was the episode we wanted to show our parents. And scene.
Oh, man.
We are not rusty at improv in the slightest.
Yes, we do it all the
The
time.
best one was Durango.
The best performer ever.
Oh. Yeah, so that's what it was like at your school, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Did your principal ever call someone a fruit?
You
have to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow. And this was like in middle school, too.
Yeah, you can get fucked up if an adult called you a fruit. Especially a person like of authority.
Yeah, it's it was never said in like a mean way, but it's still
How's it going, fruit?
yeah.
It's like champ, but replaced with a gay slur.
Yeah.
Would you call it a slur, or is it just derogatory? I feel like slur has a power to it,
So does derogatory, doesn't it?
No, it's...
What's the dictionary definition difference between the two?
I don't think they're could. Well, first of all, I'm not a dictionary, so I don't fucking know. Second of all, fair
I'm
point.
I'm a dictionary.
Hey.
I'll be here all week.
I feel like also it depends on how you mean it, because if you're just you're a fucking fruit, that's worse than hey, it's my favorite faggot, and then you call yourselves that
Yeah.
favorably. Kind of like when he said twink. Twink is a legitimate description of a gay guy that has no hair and is kind of skinny, youngish looking maybe.
Yeah, not a lot of muscle mass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're just this fucking twink, we need to kill him as a hate crime, then it's probably
Then you're using the word for...
nefarious death purposes, yeah.
I'd like to meet like a homophobe that like unironically says twink. That is almost funny.
Really?
No.
Okay.
No, but it's like
I have met homophobes who unironically use that sort of...
really as a slur.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like. Oh, okay.
I'm starting to think that, like, maybe, like, you two grew up very posh neighborhoods with, like, not a lot of, like, terrible things growing up. I feel like we had, like, the, like, more nitty-gritty. You in primary school, me in high school, where, like, shit went real. Like,
People threatened to kill gay people at your school?
not threatened to kill, but, like, there was a severe homophobia problem at my school.
There's some at my school.
Before the Gay Straight Alliance got reformed as the Positive Space Alliance at my school, the Gay Straight Alliance had this us versus them mentality, because if they didn't travel in packs, somebody would either urinate on or beat the shit out of one of them if they hung out alone in a hallway. And the teachers, until like one teacher came and decided to like lead the new Positive Space Alliance, no teachers would help them. They were just like, these kids are shitty, but that is a reality of life. They were trying to like make it into a life lesson.
Oh.
Yeah, my school was not that bad.
Yeah. I know there was one girl who was bullied for being gay, and they would like yell into the classroom, and that was the most I saw.
Yeah. After I graduated, there was one kid who like got broken up with, and he got so mad that he like punched out the window in the door to the biology classroom while class was going on.
Oh my god.
Wow.
It made headlines, yeah.
Yeah. That's some strong knuckles.
Yeah.
Don't they usually have like tempered glass and shit?
Yeah.
I don't know. All I know is that keep in mind this story when I relay the old story that I've definitely told you guys before, how I visited my old school and they called the police on me because I was trespassing.
That's fair.
Holy fucking shit. Basically, you could do anything you wanted at that school, illegal or not, seemingly, as long as you were a student.
Yeah.
If you were visiting
Then they
and trying to
give you 10
help the
marks up.
fucking photographer... Nice. If you were visiting and trying to help the fucking photographer, take him down, sniper. It's fucking bullshit. You could not trust anybody at my high school. Do we want to do like a follow-up thing with my high school?
Yeah.
We got the role play.
One of the cliques.
Oh, I don't...
See, this is not fair, because my high school had so many different cliques. Like, I was really stretching in middle school. I was really stretching to
Yeah,
find
but
cliques,
yours is
you
where
know?
the nitty-gritty happened. My high school is where the nitty-gritty of, like, bad things happened. I'm
right.
looking for the bad things. I'm not looking for, like, wow, your high school was really quirky. We can watch reality, hashtag reality high,
Yeah.
if we wanted to see
Yeah.
that.
If there's one thing you should take away from this podcast is that we focus on the bad things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a good scene to be like everyone likes each other.
All right, you guys have a conversation with yourselves. I need to rack my brain about, like, the more dangerous cliques of my high school.
Fucking pee.
All right,
All right.
get into a
right.
debate. Here's the debate topic, all
Okay.
right? You guys will disagree on this no matter what.
Do you have to tell us what side we're on, or do we get to pick?
No.
You get to pick.
Don't.
I'm even going to give like a more broad thing so you can find things to disagree on. All right. So here we go. Use of color in. Go ahead.
That's the topic?
Yep.
Okay, use of color in rooms. I'm a big believer that rooms are allowed to be black, but everybody disagrees with me. What do you think?
Oh, this is going to get racial real fast.
Rooms are allowed to be black, I guess, but they shouldn't be.
So, okay, here's what I don't understand, right? Your room is supposed to be like a representation of yourself, right?
Okay.
In a way, like it's where you're most comfortable. So I have 3 green walls and 1 wall made of like wood. Like it's like wood planks across it.
Yeah.
So that's like a very, like, I chose that. Why do I have to buy a house that I'm going to live in 10 years and be like, well, I shouldn't paint the walls black because it's going to lower the resale value?
I mean, sure, but like, are you all black? Is that what it is? Like on the inside, like that's how you feel? It's just like all your walls are black?
I'm going to make your room hot as shit.
Well, that's true. It will affect, although I keep my blinds closed most of the time. But like, it's a color I like to look at. Half of my hats are black. Most of my clothing's black.
Okay. But I mean, then it's like, you know, if that truly is a representation of you, you know, is that what you want to show to the rest of the world?
Yeah,
Is that how
dark
you
and
feel?
edgy.
Is that how you want people to see you all the time? Just like, oh, my name is Drew.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to walk down the street and be like, hey guys, did you know my room is painted black?
Yeah,
It's
but
only
then
gonna be
people
people-
would know.
It's only going to be
would
people that I bring back to my room.
know. Okay. I'll throw you a bone here. I do think that there are some colors that a room should not be. because if that's not who you are, like for instance, I in university I had an orange room for a couple of years,
Okay.
like bright canary orange.
I love that.
It was great at first.
Like
Honestly,
your choice to paint it that?
yeah, it
Did
was.
you consent to that?
It was for a different room, and for one reason or another, I wasn't able to stay there anymore, so I had to pick a different place. And this place had brown walls to start with. And I was like, well, you know what? I already have the paint. I might as well put it on. And it was super, super bright, and it was actually kind of like anxiety-inducing.
Really?
All right.
Yeah.
All right, gents. I hope you don't mind if I cut into this story. Unless
Yeah,
you...
we're just stalling.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So, in my high school, I was trying to rack it up because there were, like, not so dangerous cliques that I figured we wouldn't want to, like, delve into that, right? So, there was this interesting offshoot from certain people in school. So basically, the really well-doers would usually be on the upper floors because there'd be, like, the biology rooms, the more advanced English rooms. More often than not, like, we kind of branched off into, like, academic and applied was what it was called in my curriculum.
Mine too.
I figure we should say this because, fun fact, we have more American listeners than Canadian ones.
Really?
I don't know how you guys found us. We're a podcast of a Canadian improv group.
Yeah,
and
who
we
are you?
We mainly talk about, like, our own things. But
I mean,
thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
We should pander to our American audience.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to pander to our Irish audience. There's one person from Ireland who listens to us.
Hell yeah.
I know, right? That's really cool.
I don't know anything about Ireland. I feel like I'd be too stereotypical if I mentioned anything now.
I just want to say that I appreciate you.
And your culture.
Well, anyway.
we don't know what your culture is.
Yeah,
we
it's
know
possible they're a fucking, like, immigrant from Botswana or
Do you not appreciate their
Swaziland,
culture?
Or I don't know any Botswana or Swaziland culture.
You did research on Swaziland.
I did. That was in grade 8.
And like, oh yeah,
Things
because you
have
just carried
changed.
over everything.
Yeah.
Things have changed in Swaziland.
Things have
Like
changed.
the name.
Like the capital, Mbebe. I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway, so yeah, so there was like that section of the school where like the academics were, right? Mm-hmm. There was, yeah, right. I feel the same way, Daryl, who rolled his eyes. There was the basement where all the artsy kids were, because there was like the big band room, the choir room, the visual arts room, and one of the 2 theater rooms, all on the same floor. And then there was like a physics class out of nowhere, and like the special ed room, and that was like the entire basement. Oh wait, and a gym. But, like, that was the backup gym, because it kind of sucked. And it was like, if the main gym is in use the suck gym.
No.
What?
The suck gym?
The suck gym. That's what I'm calling it. It's canon. Suck gym. That was just, like, a bunch of, like, artsy people, and also people who had to go there because other reasons, like physics class, or because they were in the special ed program. But then, there was, like, the main hallway where just, like, everyone would go at least once a day. Where most of the math classes were, where most of the English classes were. It's where a lot of, like, different classrooms were and stuff like that. But then, there was that wing of the school. And in that wing of the school was, like, the auto shop, the woodworking place.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, right? There was the communications technology room, where I used to frequent afterwards. The computer lab was there, but, like, that was its own little haven off from, like, basically trade rooms. And the people who did the trades in my school were more like, usually it was dudes.
Yeah.
Occasionally you get a really, frankly, all of the women who did the trade classes were really fucking cool, and like later grew up to be like really outspoken and really awesome people. But usually most of the trade dudes were just sort of like, there was basically like a couple cliques there. There was like the fun stoner crowd, but then there was the danger stoner crowd, where like they would get high all the time. They'd walk out of class just like not caring what the rules were and get high and like threaten to cut each other and stuff like that. And then the danger stoner crowd connected to the stoner crowd, but they also connected to just straight up the danger crowd. And these were people who like got suspended for beating the shit out of each other after school and stuff like that.
Each
Whoa.
other?
Yeah.
Like a fight club.
No, it wasn't a fight club. It's just that they would get into arguments with each other. Fun fact, we had 3 black kids at our school, and then had 1, because 2 of the black kids got into fights with each other, and both were fucking suspended.
Wow.
So in one grade, not the entire school. Huh?
Expelled?
Expelled.
Yeah.
1 got expelled, 1 got suspended, and was like, I don't need this, and changed schools.
Wise move.
Yeah. Fucking, yeah, so, I still remember the names. I don't want to say it on stream because there's no point for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were like people in the danger crowd where they was just like, they were super into like welding and woodwork, and they just like, fuck you for saying different, you know, like that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally you'd see them in the communications technology room because they heard it was an easy course, because it fucking was. Because I would do all their work. And like I got to know a few of the danger people moderately well. I mean, quite frankly, some of them are really polite people if you got them in the right space. But they also, like, the thing that characterized the danger crowd was their impatience. If they suddenly felt like they were having a bad day, or you did one thing to piss them off, you did not want to be around them for the next week. Because you don't know how, on a dime, they'd turn their opinion about you.
Oh, that sounds like trauma.
And, yeah, and if they, I don't want to Goldwater rule.
Oh, yeah, it's fair.
Fucking, if I, if I'd see the signs, I'd be like, ha 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 ha. Anyway, I'll do the camera work for you on this contact project. And yeah, so they would just like get into like fights with one another, and like you'd occasionally see them in class, and you'd see like a couple of things bleed through. And again, they'd be polite in most circumstances, but usually if you were of use to them, and they wouldn't care about school. This was just like a temporary thing to them, and blah blah blah. So yeah, there was the danger crowd, and then there was the danger stoner crowd who were just like that, except like. They were usually, like, all under 5'5" men, and were just like, I'm compensating for that by being a total piece of shit!
Yeah.
And, like, they threaten to cut people, and they, like, make their Facebook status so fucking drunk, and then if anybody, would be like, your parents are proud in the comments, they'd be like, my parents are fucking proud, shut the fuck up, Paul! Because I was that idiot who liked to bait people, and I think some people, like, got wise to the fact that that was, like, me. And then there was, like, the people who knew the danger people, but also knew the really popular people. And I don't know what to call them. I'm gonna call them the connectors, because, like, that's all I've got.
Yeah, there's such a web of people at this school.
Yeah. No, and I'm describing purely, like, the more, like, accident-prone or dangerous people. It's because we lived next to, like, a bad city for, like, gun crime and knife crime and stuff like that. And they were like, that is what I want to aspire to, unironically. So,
Join a gang.
Yeah, exactly. So there were that people. Again, I want to stress, 99.9% white at my school.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there were just a bunch of, like, Wangsta is, like Asian gangsters, right?
It's wannabe gangster.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was, like, because, like, Wang. Like, that's an Asian American last name.
Maybe,
Wangsta?
but we always used it as wannabe gangster, and
Okay.
usually referred to white people who wanted to be gangsters.
Fun fact, the closest I ever got to being suspended in high school was when, in computer programming class, there was a test, and one of the things asked, what's a widget? And...
What was the answer? Never mind, Luke. What was the answer?
Well, I said 3 words. I don't think this is a slur, wigger. Because, like, yeah, you're in grade 9, you're just like, whatever. You can also just make fun of white people, that's fine. A wigger, and then the other one is a slur now, so I don't want to say that.
Okay.
But yeah, what is a widget? A wigger blank.
Little person.
Yeah. And I nearly got suspended for it.
Really? Yeah, that's so... Oh, man. No wonder you guys think I went to, like, the School of Hard Knocks, because you got suspended for...
I almost
Dude,
got
saying, like, a maybe bad...
Yeah, I threw an apple out the window in middle school and nearly got fucking suspended for it. The only reason I didn't is because I cried and falsified a story about my parents fighting just to get me out of that. I told that part, right?
Yeah,
Cool,
yeah.
alright.
Yeah, I got detention in grade 3 for standing on a fire hydrant. My school was not tough.
I got in detention in grade 1 for kicking a kid in the face just to see what it felt like.
Also, keep in mind that there are like
They're Johnny Cash.
there are different standards and teachers for different things. Like, if you're in that higher wing of the school, everyone's like, you're in academia. We're expecting you all to go to university. You put a toe out of line, and you will shortly be seeing the principal's office.
So, like, the altitude of the school, like, each floor was, like, a literal representation of how snooty you were.
No, I wouldn't say so, because, like, everybody in the arts program was fucking snooty.
Oh, so it's like, the closer you were, the farther away you were from the middle of the school.
Well, keep in mind, the middle of the school was, like... So basically, my school was really weird. It had a basement, a middle level, and a highest level, and then it had
that's
two
so
levels.
weird. What the fuck?
Hold on. And then it had 2 levels on the other side of the school. So basically, this was floor 0, basement. Floor 2 was the main hallway, and then floor, I believe it was 3? No, it couldn't have been. No, floor 4 was the 3rd floor of that. And then we had floor 1, which was basically just the gym. Floor, 2-ish, which was, the other wing of the school, where all the shops and stuff like that were. And then there was floor, 3, which
Where
was...
was the suck gym?
the suck gym was in the basement.
Okay.
Floor 0. Yeah, it was the most confusingly designed place. So imagine, going, you need to go to the 5th floor. How many stories are there in this building? 3. Well, where do I go for class?
Cool, thanks.
Yeah, exactly. You get lost so fucking easily in that school. Anyway, yeah, so, we had fucking, I don't even remember how... Oh, right. Yeah, we were next to a gang city, so a bunch of people just wanted to be gangsters. And yeah, those are the cliques in my high school. We had basically the stoner crowd, which were mostly harmless, the stoner danger crowd, which wanted to believe they were tough, the danger crowd, which were tough, and the connectors, the people who, knew jocks but also knew the fighting people and thought that, oh man, you get in fights, that's cool, too.
And then there were the cool kids.
Yeah, then there were the cool... Again, those people are not even relevant to, the danger portion of
Oh,
my...
right. This is,
Yeah.
the more interesting side of it.
Yeah, so those kids were, going into, the good schools, Queen's University for
They'd be the most-
kinesiology.
The most likely to get, their, what the fuck is that called?
Virginity not taken away.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing where somebody pays for your schooling.
Scholarship?
Scholarship. Yeah,
Scholarship,
my
yeah.
mind is blanking.
And even the cool kids, they were pretty, I don't think consent was taught very well in my school. And the cool kids, the thing that classified the cool kids was that they always talked about how much they wanted to fuck their female teachers. It seemed like there was a weird equation of, the hotter you found your female teachers, the more likely you were to be popular. Because I never had a crush on a teacher my entire life, I believe.
So it's just those kids bonded over that, basically.
I guess. One of them, who later became student council president, who I won't say his name on this podcast, you're fucking welcome. So there was one teacher who, everyone agreed was unequivocally the hottest, and he had a picture on his phone next to, the rest of his spank bank, I guess, of that teacher eating a popsicle. Which is, we can laugh about it right now. That's so fucking creepy.
That's so
Yeah, that's
creepy.
bad. That's bad.
Yeah.
There's several pictures. One is she's just bringing it to her mouth. The other one
Yeah.
she's
Yeah, she had it
ecstasy,
in her...
She just had it
Yeah, the picture, apparently, I never saw it, was that she had it, in her mouth. Because I had a couple of, people who were just sort of, basically stoners, but, they didn't know yet. They only started smoking weed when they entered university. And they were connected to the cooler kids, and one of them actually saw that man's spank bank and, lost his shit when he saw, nude girl, nude girl, nude girl.
Mrs. Da-da-da.
Yeah. Mrs. Finocchio eating a popsicle. Sweet, dude. Yeah. So, that was my fucked up university. There were other cliques. There were, the French immersion girls who were, all ridiculously drama heavy and didn't have any marketable skills. Rest their souls. There were the theater kids.
They died?
No, but they may as well have. There
Oh
were
my
the
god.
Well, for all the good they're doing.
Yeah,
in the
you're
world.
right. You only make fun of us three.
Yeah, anyway. I make fun of myself equally for my worth. Shut up. Then there were the theater kids who were just they're better than the dramatic arts majors at my university
I was
that I've
gonna
ragged
ask,
off.
yeah.
But, not much. Not much is there, you know? Most of them pursued other things later on in life. They usually just, lost their passion for theater as opposed to, lost skill. So they're the inverse of dramatic arts majors from my old university. And then there were just the people who got straight 98s but were dumb as sticks, and you were like, what? How? And then later on,
I know a few people like that.
yeah.
They just had a good work ethic, but they were dumb. I don't know if that fits your description.
I'd say they were just really good at following directions, but they didn't know how to be themselves. And what's weird is that most of them went in for nursing afterwards.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a correlation or anything like that. Anyway,
Goldwater rule.
Goldwater rule. So yeah,
Can
that
you
was-
explain that rule? Because I feel like I'm missing something here.
it's basically the rule that a psychiatrist is being completely unethical as well as incorrect if they attempt to diagnose someone that they have not personally seen. So if those psychiatrists who are like, I've seen footage of the current U.S. president, he definitely has dementia.
Yeah.
They're breaking the Goldwater rule and they're basically saying, I'm not a good psychiatrist.
Yeah, but it was based on Barry Goldwater because when he was campaigning, people were like, "This guy's nuts." That's real. That's real. They thought he was insane because he was using the Southern strategy.
And it just fucked over his campaign.
Oh, no.
He did pretty well.
He did pretty dang well.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, he invented like modern Republican politics essentially.
Yeah,
Wait, like-
and he invented the toaster.
Really?
Talented man.
That's-
No, of course he didn't.
To be honest, somebody said it was going to snow like 3 days from now the other day, and I believed them.
Okay.
So my brain is fried at the moment.
So there's the cliques from my high school.
Okay.
I'm interested in this high school. I'm interested in how like the hierarchies manifested themselves in the physical space, even though it was confusing.
Go to the top floor, you fucking academic.
What?
Yeah, you would have gone to the you wouldn't have associated with these people. The only reason I did is because I went to the Comtech room, which happened to be in the same wing. It was very geographical, my school.
Okay.
If you wanted to like learn what a certain clique was like, you needed to hang out in that hallway.
Whoa. My high school.
Yeah, my high school was like it was really cool for someone who like really likes stories about the human condition.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry that it was more dangerous than yours. Did you have cool cliques in your high school, Daryl?
Maybe, but let's go around. I feel like I talked about my middle school quite a lot. Let's hear from you guys.
Oh, my schools were boring as fuck.
Next.
My high school was interesting. I honestly think I had like kind of a whitewashed experience of my high school.
You did. I pretty much confirmed.
Yeah.
I did.
Not only because like I was in like a kind of like keeners group. Like I was in like on like student council and like a lot of like the nerdy people in my school like I associated
What
with.
does student council do?
They what?
What? Go ahead.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something.
I was, but you were in the middle of a sentence. I didn't want to be rude.
They just they like a lot of the student services and like expenses that would go to that the school doesn't necessarily want to take ownership of distributing, but they have the resources to do so. Student council is an opportunity for students to have a voice in how those resources are distributed. For example, microwaves in the cafeteria, spirit days. I used to do the
I
announcements.
hate Spirit Days.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone
God.
hated Spirit Days.
I
got hiccups.
Oh, have you? I hadn't noticed.
Fuck you.
Really, the only reason I was in student council was because I got to do the announcements, and that was really fun.
For me, those were separate things.
Oh, interesting.
I was in student council 1 year. They also are responsible for like keeping student morale up.
Yeah.
They'd organize student dances, and all of the like
Yeah.
popular kids love student dances because it was an excuse to grind without teachers telling you to stop doing that because the room was dark, so you can't see the grinding.
Leave room for Jesus.
Yeah.
Did you get screened at the door for drugs and weapons?
No.
Oh, we did.
Really?
Yeah.
How did your school do that and mine didn't?
There are hard parts of my school, but I didn't see it because a lot of the like, it was just a weird dynamic. It
There
was
were hard
like,
R's in your school.
I hope not. There weren't a lot of black people in my school, so.
Well, that's why I'm saying it probably was.
Well, no, because they wouldn't. Who?
If it was an integrated, like, fucking community, then the people would be more sensitive towards black people. A lot of people you went to high school with probably grew up to be racists.
Oh yeah, they were racist at the time, but they just didn't have an opportunity to be racist to black people because they weren't there.
Oh, that fixes it. Go on.
No, that's what
Nobody's hurt,
Racism
right?
solved. Just make sure the races don't get together. You'll be fine.
That's have a lot of Europe.
Yeah, that's what I just roleplayed.
yeah. Boy. Yeah, but there was a lot of like homogeneity, not just racially, but like
Well, it's gay people?
there were some
Well, you said homogeneity.
homogeneity.
Homojams.
Homo jams. I'm sure those happen. But like a lot of the like popular like gifted people like went to parties with a lot of like the dangerous crowd that Paul was talking about. But some of the dangerous like crowd too like were pretty fucking hard because there's like crack in Aurelia and like like a lot of gang violence sometimes. There was tension sometimes because like there's a reservation right there, so that's the racism that I saw. is that like
Just because someone booked a table?
yeah, yeah, Paul.
Wow. That sounds like a problematic area.
Yeah,
That
but
sounds like a lot of white on white crime.
Yeah.
oh god. But a lot of
Okay,
the
crime.
but a lot of like the
Black on black crime is just crime. You fucking racists.
But a lot of the like the really dangerous people were just like almost never in school. Like they were like almost entirely in the smoking section. So I just never saw any of it.
Smoking.
Like I would, yeah.
3, 2, 1. Smoking.
R.I.P. Jim Carrey.
Is that a him thing?
Well, it's from The Mask.
And he's not dead.
Yeah.
Regis Philbin is dead.
Sure.
We had a similar thing though. We had like a smoking area, so
Yeah.
all the people that would like
Yeah.
do that kind of thing were never nearby
Yeah.
me.
And the only people that like didn't like essentially like the only people that like didn't mix together in terms of like class and academic applied locally developed, like they all kind of knew each other some way or somehow. The only people that didn't really mix together was like my group of friends because we were all like super keeners and like
You were elitist.
some of us were honestly like, and I regret it yeah, I regret it, but yeah, no,
Thinking about that time,
yeah.
I really
Yeah,
regret
no,
it.
I regret how elitist we were sometimes, but I just like the way things were set up. I just didn't see it. I also like was super like worried about like drugs at parties and stuff like that. So like a lot of the social interactions that connected those folks, I just didn't have an opportunity because I was paranoid about weed.
Did you
and
go to a
now
lot
I do it almost every day.
Did you go to a lot of parties?
No.
Did you go to a lot of parties, Daryl?
I went to a handful.
Did you go to a lot of parties?
No, not until university.
Yeah, same. So Daryl, you win that round. Ding, ding, ding.
Ding,
All
ding,
right.
ding,
The
ding,
coolest
ding.
among us.
Here we go. Would you say there was a sex problem at your high school?
Yeah, well, Aurelia is the teen pregnancy capital for a while.
Hey, sweet.
Yeah.
Would you say there was a sex problem at your high school?
Not my high school.
Okay.
Back to the elementary school.
Really?
Christ.
Middle school, there was there was some stuff in the stairwells.
Oh.
All right. I'm not gonna lie. Pregnancy capital of Ontario or middle school stairwell sex? Who wins there?
That-
Also,
that
worse.
weird.
why
Yeah,
would you
that would
question why we didn't choose your high school if your middle school and elementary school were that weird?
I mean, there was some like dry humping in high school as well, but it was
No.
the stairwell
it's a
was all
step back.
windowed, so you could see through it. And
Oh.
everything. It wasn't. It was only for the real exhibitionists that wanted to do that.
What the fuck? I was a slut and I started early and I never had sex in middle school, let alone in the hallways.
I'd be
Start
so
that
I don't know
early.
into that either.
Etobicoke's a weird place.
Was there a sex problem in your high school?
Every high school in my area was like known for something. We were known for weed, but the Catholic school was known for their pregnancies.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
The only sex problem at my high school while I went there was probably me. So I think Daryl, you win this
I had
round.
a problem with
Yeah,
sex.
yeah,
I just couldn't get it up.
Nice. Yeah, the problem. And the principal was like, one of our students is impotent.
This is ruining the dynamic.
The police
He's
officer.
supposed to be the slut.
He's in the middle of the speech. They take him away. The police officer handcuff him.
Listen,
I don't want my
son,
school to be known for this.
Listen,
They bring in a
son,
new principal. It's like, we need this kid to fuck everyone.
buddy, are you gonna get hard or not? I don't know. Just give me a minute, okay? Just give me a minute.
This never happens. I
I'm so
promise.
stressed.
We've never given a teen at. Give me a high school name.
Holy Trinity of.
Holy Trinity of fuck ass high school.
Yeah.
We've never given a kid at Holy Trinity of fuck ass Viagra before, but if we need to, we're gonna have a sterling reputation. Take the blue pill, Neo. Oh Jesus! All right. So parties, you won. Sex, you won. Congrats. Weed. Was there a problem with weed at your high school?
There was a problem with weed in my elementary school.
Okay.
Whoa! Whoa!
Problem with weed in your high school?
Not really.
Problem with weed in your high school?
Yeah.
Not well. I mean, there wasn't a problem. It was just sort of like an accepted fact that weed was there.
Oh yeah, weed
So
was around.
It's between you two. Who wins?
I mean, judging by the same, if we're going to use the same measurement as last time, I say Luke wins because it was elementary school.
All right.
Yeah,
Ding 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 ding.
Yeah, and it continued through high school and got worse.
And and like I assume there's a crack problem.
Just stop jumping the gun, dude.
What?
You keep jumping topics when I'm trying to like go by topic.
Go!
Thank you. Was there a hard drug problem at your high school?
Not at high school.
Thank you. Was there a hard drug problem at your high school?
Yeah.
Any overdoses?
No.
Okay. Hard drug problem at your high school?
They were around, but I never saw it. So.
All right. I'm gonna say I win this round because there were a couple of deaths attributed to hard drugs.
What sort of stuff?
I don't know. I didn't ask. It seems very insensitive. All I knew is
Hey,
that
did
like
you hear this guy died? Johnny died from overdose. Oh yeah, well, what was he taking?
Yeah.
A little bitch.
pussy. Remember how like my old friends in my old friend group, like I found out in 2018 that they died of overdose? Yeah, they went to the same high school.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, it was a really bad problem. Okay, another thing that could be a problem in high school: violence. Was there a violence problem at your high school?
Probably, but I didn't see a lot of it.
Okay.
Oh, no way.
All
No,
right.
it was mostly you.
Yeah. No, and my high school was notorious for being, like, even the teacher would say, like, yeah, I taught at some different schools. Here at, like, my high school, redacted,
Fuck!
all the fights are like, no, like, don't touch me, like, grabbing was about the most that anything... of anything that happened.
That's what I did in high school. Anyway, go.
We had quite a few fights
What?
in high school. Yeah, I don't think anybody got. I don't think anybody
sexual
got
harassment, Paul.
No, it was consensual. Grabbing consensual butts. I said that because I had a hiccup, but it just sounded weird.
consecutive consensual butts.
Grabbing consensual butts.
Just
All right.
You just think about it. Yeah.
Problem with violence at your school?
We had a problem with violence. I don't think anybody like died, but there was definitely a problem with violence. Yeah, there was a lot of people got beat up.
I will say, even though I just described like the problems with violence, I'm gonna say that you might win here.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't like anything extreme, so I think it's like tied between us, and I've already got a point. I'll give this one to you.
There was a lot of like proper fights and a lot of like people teaming up on one person type fights. So
Although I did have like the window breaking thing after someone got broken up with. So
one of my
right.
friend's exes need one of the doors, like the glass doors, and shattered the glass. So that should happen at mine as well.
Why did they need the door?
On it.
Your face.
Oh my god.
What?
It's like just very inquisitive. Why did they need the door?
I didn't put a D at the end of it, did I?
You said one of my friend's exes
Shut
need
up!
the door. Like to this day, they need the door. Anyway,
They need a lot more than
all right,
the door.
fine. You get the point for that one. I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, I never had this teacher, but he's really cool. There was a biology teacher whose
Did
name
he beat a kid up?
No, but he prevented a kid from knifing another kid.
Oh shit!
This was at another school that he went to. His first day at like a problem school, a kid pulled a knife on like his ex or something like that.
Jesus.
And he was just like, all right, how do I solve this? And so he took them into the halls one by one. And instead of being like, you should not be doing this in this school, like that sort of shit.
He stabbed him and said, "How do you like it?"
No. Yes. Yes. He
Want
did
me
that.
to do that to you?
Boom, 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 boom.
It's like your principal with the. Thank God your friend chased you around with a pencil bag.
And not
Imagine
a
if you
knife.
chased him around with a knife. You're just like, what do you think about this? Get out of here. So
That's not how you treat children. It's not.
He just stabs him, takes his wallet. A millionaire. He runs away. Yeah, he just scurries back into the hell rat hole where he belongs. That seems disrespectful to say of a dead guy. Anyway, so my biology. How are you doing?
I'm good.
So the biology teacher, he would like take them one by one into the hallway, and like he'd first take the guy who sprung the knife, and he was like, "All right, dude, if you like actually cut her, there's gonna need to be a police investigation. You really want to fucking get caught over this fucking girl, dude? Girls, she's nothing, right?
There's many
She
more
ain't shit.
fish in the sea to
No,
stab.
he was genuinely just
Wait till you find the right girl. Then you stab her real good.
Yeah, he was just genuinely like, this is more hassle than it's worth. Like, be the bigger man, just walk away. Trust me, I've been here before. You don't want to fucking mess with this. And like, she's nothing, right? And he was like trying to appeal, he was trying to appeal to him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he took the girl into the hallway, did the exact same thing, going like, this guy is nothing. if you just like avoid
What a
him,
little shit disturber. I mean, he did it to avoid shit, but
yeah, no, he was just like, listen, boys, right? They're fucking stupid. Do you really want to like cause all this trouble over a stupid boy?
It's like a shit smearer.
Yeah, and the
Smearing
best.
the shit.
Well, the best part
Spreading
was
it out.
the best part was it worked, and both of them were just like, "I'm gonna be a bigger person." Fuck you.
I have a question for everybody in this room.
What?
Has anybody in this room?
Had sex.
I'm gonna try
Guilty.
Hey!
I'm gonna see if I can
Everyone
word
but
this
you.
properly.
Durango.
Has anybody in this room not said
Had
that
sex.
kind of thing
What,
to a
Drew?
girl before? Like, boys ain't shit. Boys are worth nothing. Like, oh yeah, all men suck. Has anybody not done that?
I've
What?
said that to a couple of my female friends to help them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. But has everybody done that? I guess is a clearer way to say that.
You ever said men ain't shit to either like a gay guy or a straight girl who was like upset over a dude?
I don't think I've done that, but I also haven't had a lot of opportunities to console women on their relationships.
Even like exes.
Yeah, I'm not talking about exes with women a lot.
Exes with Women, starring Kevin Costner.
Luke lives in the moment.
Yeah, I've definitely done that. I've done that way too many. I've been like the friend to console others. So even in both cases, I can think of at least one case in a gay relationship where I'd say the same thing.
What was the inflection?
Yeah.
In a
I wanted to
gay
make sure that I was
relationship.
heard there.
Fucking fruity ass relationship that I don't approve of, Daryl
Okay,
Dean.
okay.
So I'm
all
just
right.
sitting there minding my own business.
And this fucking gay guy.
That was in a scene. Okay, now you're extrapolating this. This is not me. Okay, this is not me, guys.
I was method acting as Regis Philbin. I figured it had to be homophobic. Oh, what a time. Yeah, I wonder if there's a correlation between the fact that you and I have been the most comfortable with non-marital sex, and also we're the people that console others based on their relationships. I wonder if there's like a connection of like closeness and intimacy there with friends that we're just like more comfortable with.
Maybe it does take a little bit of
A slut to listen to others.
it takes like a lot of vulnerability to listen to somebody and to share that sort of stuff. So I feel like if you have that moment where you share with somebody else and it's a really like meaningful time, like that carries over, even after the breakup is over or whatever else, you move on. Like that's fostering good relationships.
Yeah. I feel like if I may propose a theory, maybe because you guys are more comfortable
This is
with...
totally top level of the
Yeah.
high school right now. We are in the academic realm.
Yep.
guys.
If I may propose a theory, I would like to say
We're all white dudes
the
making fun of gay guys in Drew's room. I'm
not
bi,
making fun of them.
No.
so I get to do it, but no one else here does.
the academics at my high school never spoke like this because they were not that smart.
Whoa!
Okay.
Look over here.
They weren't that smart. Ugh.
They weren't as smart
I
as
didn't
me.
say I was smarter than them.
I better read another book before the jocks beat me up.
No,
Fuck you.
I'm not saying I'm smarter than them. I'm saying we were all like dumb as shit and throwing pudding against the wall.
Oh, I did that. Guilty.
Nice.
Yeah, we were all like, it's just the fact that we were reading like.
You ever put
before-
shit in the pudding cup?
No.
Oh, me neither.
Dude,
Yeah.
gross.
What? I said I didn't.
Manipulating
you
shit
shouldn't have
is a preliminary
No.
sign of a serial killer.
Every time you poop in a toilet, you're technically shitting in a cup.
It's a
That's a bowl, yeah.
Cups are bowls. Bowls are cups.
No.
All right.
No.
What makes a cup not a bowl?
The wideness.
So what if it was very wide but also very tall?
It's
still a
it's
cup.
a ratio.
It's a ratio.
The bowl has to be a chode.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we could
and
have
a cup is like a
could,
wang.
I feel like we could. Thanks for listening to the podcast, everybody.
I've been Drew.
I've been Tweed.
I've been Luke.
Daryl.
Good night.
Bye.